Hey y'all, so welcome back. This is the second night of Greenleaf. This is the part 2 of the season premiere. And y'all, this episode was crazy. So don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, you don't know when I'm posting videos. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. So go ahead and click the little bell and let's get started. The episode starts with Bishop in the bed. He's tossing, turning, he is having a restless night's sleep, and he is in the guest room. So Bishop gets up, he goes into the master bedroom where Lady Mae is sitting on the bed reading. He comes in to get in the bed, and Mae was like, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you in my bed? Why are you coming in here?" And he basically said the guest room, the bed is just too hard and he needs to sleep in his bed. Mae told him, "No, you are not sleeping in the bed. You need to go. You need to get out. You need to go sleep on the couch. If that's the case, you are not sleeping in this bed." So Jacob and is her name Clarissa or Carissa? I call her Clarissa. I think I'm calling her. I keep thinking about Clarissa Explains It All. I think her name is Carissa, I think. Anyways, so Jacob and Carissa are talking, and Zoe comes into, I call her Zoe, god damn it, and Zora comes into, I think I called her Zoe in my last video. Zora comes into the room asking if she can use the phone. Jacob said no. "Who you trying to call? You trying to call that boy?" She said no, she wants to call Sophia to apologize to her about being mad that she told them that she got hit. So Jacob said, "Okay, you can use my phone, but stay in the room to use the phone." She told him, "Never mind," and she gave him his phone back. That girl is sneaky. Listen, okay, so Zora is so sneaky. Kids, boy, kids. All I can say, kids. Alright, so Bishop and Lady Mae are at the kitchen table, and Gigi comes down and she sees them working on this marriage, marriage thing that they do at the church. And Gigi is excited about that because it seems like they're working together, they're sitting and talking about marriage. Things might be looking up. So Gigi brings it up, and Mae gets upset and told her that she is walking around the street like a harlot, sneaking into the house while she's out sleeping with Rick Fox, and calls her basically a hoe. And I understand that she is a member of the church. I get that, but Gigi is also an adult, a consenting adult. And she can, if she has a man, she can do what she wants to. But because this is a family that keeps up appearances. So Gigi sneaking, she's not even sneaking, but Gigi staying the night at Rick Fox's house and then coming home in the morning, just, it's not ladylike for Lady Mae. So the faces are on. It's showtime. Mae and Bishop walk into the church, just filled with glee, holding hands, greeting parishioners, greeting staff, just making it seem like they're just their normal, regular selves. But they are too happy. And I think they put on too much. It looks so fake. Parishioner who asked Gigi about her mom last week in church stops them and said, "Well, I heard 2 conflicting stories about you, Lady Mae, and I heard that you were sick and I heard that you were out of town. Which one is it?" So Mae, thinking quick on her feet, she said, "Yes, I was out of town and I got a little sick, but I'm fine now by the grace of God." Amen. Amen. So they play it off, but that parishioner, she's a nosy one, so I think that she'll be spreading their business all up in Calvary. So earlier, Gigi calls Rochelle Latoya Lucky. She calls her and sets up a meeting with her, some ideas on charity work for the church. So Gigi and Rochelle are sitting down. So they're talking about a legal fund for women of the church. Not even for the church, but women, just if they need help legally with any issues. And Rochelle is sitting with Gigi, and she's liking what she's saying. She's probably pretending. I don't know. But I can honestly say this. When it comes to pretending, Rochelle is really good at making you feel comfortable around her. And I think that's where the Bishop is getting caught up, because she makes him feel comfortable. And when she was talking with Gigi, it felt like 2 women who are working together and could possibly be friends, because she just seems so inviting. So I guess that's just her appeal. She's inviting, and that's why she captures all these bishops and ends these marriages and stuff like that. Alright, so Bishop is walking through the halls, and guess who pops up like she is stalking him? Miss Rochelle. Rochelle is walking through the halls with him and talking, asking him how he's doing and trying to be so concerned, and then told him that he may need to get a more permanent location because the Biltmore is a little too pricey. And the bishop said he was very hesitant to say it, but he did say it. He said, well, I'm back at home now. The look on Rochelle's face, like all the color just drained out of her face, because she knew that her plan is not working to the best of its ability. She has to up the ante a little bit. So she's plotting and scheming to do something else. So we just got to see what it is. All right, so Tasha goes to Jacob's office and hands him some sort of, I think it's the new members cards with all the members' names on it. So as she's walking out the room, we see that look that Jacob gives, because remember, first season he was messing with that white woman. Jacob has a tendency of cheating as well. So Jacob gives her this kind of longing look, and she turns around and does the same thing. So Jacob is gonna get caught up with Tasha, and Clarissa explains it all. Will probably kill his ass. Alright, so we get Charity and Kevin on the phone, and Kevin is trying to convince her to let him keep the baby while she goes on tour. She's only going on tour for 6 weeks. He's trying to tell her that a baby being on the road is no place to raise a child. Like, what kind of parent would do that? Kind of trying to guilt her into keeping the baby. So it looks like she is planning on letting him do it, because she already promised Jabari that she would be there on tour on Wednesday. So he's trying to convince her that he is stable. He's trying to get his life together, and he needs to spend time with his son. So we're back at Jacob's at the church Triumph, and Tasha comes in. And she sees that he is on the computer looking for clothes for Clarissa. So Tasha suggests that they go to her jewelry store, because women love jewelry. So jewelry is the best thing that he probably should get her. So they go to the jewelry store, and I thought that somebody was going to see him, but that didn't happen. They go to the jewelry store, and Tasha, she picks out the most ugliest ass necklace I have ever seen. It was so hideous, and she was acting like it was the best thing since sliced bread. She tried it on. It just looks so ugly, and I'm like, dude, you should know your wife better than that. You know your wife don't want that. Clarissa doesn't even look like the type to wear jewelry like that, but you're gonna buy her something big, ugly, and flashy like that? That's for tacky women, okay? That's for tacky harlot women, and Tasha is a tacky harlot. So she loved it. She was looking in the mirror. She's talking about it. She's all that. And Jacob took a picture of her in the necklace. Why? Jacob. The bishop and May are having a dinner with the donor that they're trying to juice, right? So the donor says, it's so good to be here, but when I walked in, something was off. Something in my spirit wasn't settled. What's happening in this home? And May and Bishop look at each other, because they thought that their deceit and lies and disagreements were so hidden that they felt like, okay, she is seeing what's going on. But she's talking about the paintings. May changed up the paintings in the house. So they sat down with her and asked her. They told her, well, you know, the church is in need of your help, sister. We need $2 million because Mac fucked up the money, and we just need help. And you know, you are a kind giving woman, and you know, if your husband was here, he surely would want to help the church. And they basically asked for $2 million out of this woman. And the lady said, that is a lot of money. Don't y'all have money? Kind of trying to peek into their finances. Oh, we are just struggling and scraping to make ends meet, Lord. And you know, even though we have this grand home in this compound, we just so poor. We don't even have enough money to feed the family. Child, these people, oh God. Charity is at Carissa's house, and she's talking about Kevin, complaining as usual. And I think Carissa was giving her some good advice that he is a good father, so let him be a good father. The problem that I have with this scene is that Charity's wig needed to be tilted forward. It was like you can see the closure. It was like back here, and I just wanted her to just tug that shit a little bit more, but I also wanted to snatch it off because I don't really like her. Jacob came into the house and he saw that his sister was there. He asked her, what you doing here, girl? And she said that she dropped Sophia over. She's in there with I keep calling her Zoe. She's in there with Zora. So Zora and Sophia are in there laughing, cackling, having a good time. And then Zora apologized for being such an asshole to her. Then had the nerve to turn around and ask her cousin, here, go buy me a cell phone. Go buy me one of them prepaid Obama phones with the Lord's money. She is taking the money she stole from the church to go buy a flip phone to call that boy. So Sophia said, no, I'm not doing that. I thought that you wanted to make up with me. You're calling me over here to do your dirty work. And Zora was like, you gonna do it or not? And the girl said, no, I'm not doing it. Bye. And left. Alright, so Gigi and Rick. What's his name on here? I don't know. And I don't think they ever called it. Derek? I don't know. Gigi and Rick just came from having hot fornication. And she's putting her on her clothes so she can go home. But she is talking about Rochelle again. So Rick asked a very good question. Do you think that your father is leading this woman on? Because why are you just blaming her? Gigi got offended by that. She said, no, her father is not. How dare you speak ill of my daddy? And then she got upset and decided to go home because her mama would be mad that she's sleeping out at some man's house when you are a smooth 40-something years old. But I guess PK kids have different curfews. I don't know. Jacob walks into Zora's room and brought her computer. So she was like, what's going on? He said, well, I had a talk with Sophia and she felt that you were trustworthy because Zora told her that she has no contact with the outside world. She has no clue what's going on. So he brought her computer. No, he brought her TV in. It was a TV. So Zora's so excited to watch TV. She turns the TV on. The only channel looked like PBS and all the other channels were blocked. Alright, so Bishop came inside from walking the donor out, and he told Lady Mae that they will be getting the money from her. So Mae she has pissed all over her face because the donor asked how long have they been married. They're going to be married about 45 years coming up. She asked them if they have a trip planned. They said no trips planned, is fine. So Bishop came in excited about this $2 million, and he said maybe we should plan a trip for our 45th. Mae was like, I'm not going anywhere with you. How dare you? I forgot to say this part. So Mae asked him, what did you tell that woman? He said, you were right there when I told her about the $2 million. She's talking about Rochelle. Rochelle came up to Lady Mae at the church and told her, how is our Zora doing? I heard that she went missing. Is she okay? Tell her I keep her in my prayers. And Mae was like, how did you know about that? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a secret. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't know. So now Mae knows that is where Bishop was when she kicked him out. So she confronted him and asked him, what are you doing? Are you sleeping with this woman? What are you doing? And he basically said, you're imagining this thing that I'm having with her. Mae knows the tea. Gigi knows the tea. Bishop is acting so innocent. But dude, he's acting like he's such a pure man and he would never cheat on his wife. But you cheated with her sister. So you're not above infidelity. So I don't know why you acting like this is just unheard of. You're not above infidelity. You've been doing it with her sister. This family is crazy to me. So Carissa questions Jacob about where he was because when he came into the house, when she was talking with Charity, he smelled of liquor. Alright? And he's a pastor. But he smelled of liquor because he was drinking liquor at the jewelry store with the skink. So she asked him where he was. He told her that, she is the first lady of his heart, and he gives her the box with the necklace. And Carissa looks at it and like, oh, thank you, honey. You know how you have to do when you hate something, but they did it out the kindness of their heart, so you got to pretend. That is exactly what she did. She's, oh, thank you so much. Even though she don't like it. It's ugly as hell. It's gaudy. It's just ugly. But he did it out the... He didn't have to do it. So she appreciated it. So when she walked off to go into the bedroom so they can have hot sex, he looks at a picture in his phone of Tasha with the necklace on. And he looks at it for a little bit too long. He looks at it as he was unsure if he should delete it. And then he went ahead and deleted it. He is his daddy's child. He is his daddy's son. Alright, so Gigi goes to the living room and she sits down and talks with her father and asks him, you know, what's going on? Mama's crying, you know, whatever. And Gigi brings up Rochelle. Are you having an affair with this woman? And the bishop gets upset. Like, upset. And he said, you do know your mama slept with Lionel, right? You do know your mama cheated on me as well, right? Pause. Is it me? But for some reason, I feel either Grace or Faith is Lionel's daughter. I kind of feel like Grace is Lionel's child for some reason. The way she doesn't like Grace is like she's ashamed of her. Might be because she is Lionel's daughter, but never told anybody. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just something I felt. I felt this last season. It might be just me. But I've always felt like she was Lionel's daughter, and that's why May always had a problem with her. Because every time she saw Grace, she saw the harsh truth of her having an affair on her husband. Gigi goes upstairs to confront her mom, and she tells her that Daddy told me that you've been knocking boots with Lionel. What's the tea? What's going on? May is really upset because that is her cross to bear. Her kids don't need to know that. And she basically got upset and told Gigi that's none of her business. She did it because her husband was doing other things outside of their home, so she did it as a get back kinda. And Gigi was like, I'm done trying to defend you because you are mad at him for doing what you did. So Gigi got upset, screamed at her mom, and walked out the door and ran to her room and shut the door. Alright, so Charity brings the baby over to Kevin's apartment. He got a new apartment. It looks real cute. He got the baby stuff all over the place. She's going to let him keep the baby while she goes on tour. And he seems excited. He can't wait. And then Aaron walks in. I think his name is Aaron. His man walks in with groceries and everything. Charity was like, what is he doing here? Does he live here? And Kevin said, no, he's just visiting. And dude was like, yeah, I'm just visiting for the weekend. No goddamn well they live together. But Charity got so upset, and she had like a look of disgust on her face. The next scene, she calls Jabari and tells him that she can't come to the tour. She does not want Kevin to have the baby. She's not coming. Jabari said, but you said you were going to come. And Charity said, I can't. I have my obligations here. But we're still good, right? We're still together, right? How about Jabari hung up on her? Y'all, I laughed so hard in my soul. I laughed within my gut. Because Jabari basically was only with her because he wanted her to work on this tour. He didn't really want her. And now she sees that here she was having... She thinking she more better than Kevin. Having sex with this man. And girl, he didn't even want you like that. But he hung up on her. So I guess that's the end of Jabari and Charity. And she probably gonna get sued. So there's that. So Gigi and Rochelle are sitting there talking about their little fund. And Gigi said, are you having an affair with my father? And Rochelle, I didn't know what Rochelle said. Honestly, I started scrolling Instagram, so I don't remember what she said. But I saw that she got highly upset and walked out. Like, she was just so perturbed by what Gigi asked. She fixed her face and walked back in and said, you know, we ladies, we have to stick together, and this is an important cause, and you are not getting rid of me. You know, she's very charming, but I don't like her. And I want LaToya to change up the hairstyle. I either have a pixie cut or don't. I just cut it a little bit. I just don't like that I'm growing my hair out, but I've been growing my hair out for 5 years and it hasn't moved. I like LaToya. I just want her to cut her hair. I'm tired of seeing it in that style. She's nice though. I mean, cute girl. Congratulations on the baby, but change up your hair. So Bishop is on the phone talking to God knows who. And May comes in. She slams the door. Get your black ass off the phone. And he said, bitch, I'm on the phone. Get your ass off the phone. Tell him, put him on hold. That shit was funny to me. Anyway, so he puts him on hold and she confronts him about telling Gigi about Lionel. And she said, I cannot wait till we get this check and we get the IRS off my back and I am divorcing your black ass. That's exactly what she said. So anyway, so May was walking out the room and she said in the most calm first lady voice, James, don't keep that call on hold too long. That's rude. And walked out the door. I was like, this woman is crazy. At that moment, I got the Lynn Whitfield from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That psychotic and then calm, crazy. I got that. It was crazy. But this episode was so good, y'all. Next week looks, I can't wait. First of all, I can't wait for Patty because I love Miss Patty. I love Patti LaBelle. I cannot wait for my auntie Patty to come on this show. But next week, it looks like May moves out. She's in a motel. The kind of same thing that Tasha was talking about a little bit. But she's in a motel. And there was a scene, looked like May was in the club. I don't know if May was in the club, but she looked like she was high off life and in somebody's club juking to some music. I don't really know. But next week looks like it's going to be good. So far, this episode was really good. Last night's episode was good as well. So I cannot wait for next week. So come back next week if you want to get a full recap on Greenleaf. Let me know if you have any questions below. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like this video. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.